Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and installing the Rough Country Neoprene front and rear seat covers in black, available for the 15 and newer F150, whether it's a Super Cab or Super Crew. Now, if you're rocking a Super Cab or Super Crew F150, I'm sure one of the main things that you want to do for your interior is take care of your seats. After a while, the trucks get used, whether it be just as a daily driver, whether it's an off-road rig, if you're towing and hauling, or if you're taking your truck to the work site, it's definitely going to see some daily use and daily abuse over time. Now, your factory seats, especially if they're cloth, will soak up all of the moisture that gets onto them, whether it's water, snow, sleet, hail, mud, coffee spills, whatever it may be, will soak up into your seats, making you spend a couple of hours scrubbing them clean. Now, if you're looking to avoid that, especially if it's a newer truck, then you might want to pick up some seat covers. Now, these options here from Rough Country are made from a neoprene material, which is extremely breathable. It's a little bit more of a matte black, and it fits perfectly over the factory seats. Now, this particular set comes with the front and rear seat covers, as you can see here. This is our driver's side seat. And the cool thing that I really particularly like about these seat covers is the fact that they strap on underneath and on the sides. So what that means is when you're getting in and out of your truck over time, if you're reaching under the seat, if you're shifting around, if you have objects or cargo on your seats, they won't pull the seat cover off of the seat. They're hooked in from underneath. It is literally impossible to pull this guy off. So it's really, really good for guys who aren't looking to constantly adjust their seat covers. Some of the other ones out there will just slip on with some elastic bands, which really don't hold up that well over time and can eventually stretch out. Not the case here. These actually use snaps to hook in together, so they're not coming off. This set comes with the front and rear, like I said, which does include the headrests. It includes the back and, of course, the bottom cushion. Now, under that neoprene, which again is that breathable, stretchy material, is 4 layers of foam padding, especially on the bolsters here, but foam all around to make sure it's extremely comfortable as well. So if your factory seats aren't really cutting it, this does add a little bit more cushion, a little bit more padding to it, along with the bolstering here, just to make it really comfortable. Sometimes if you're picking up aftermarket seat covers, if you're looking to protect your seats, there'll be rough canvas material that can be kind of itchy if you're not really into that. The neoprene being soft with the foam goes a long way for comfort. Now, when it comes time to clean these guys, because eventually you might want to clean your seat covers, you can pop them off and they are washable and reusable, so you can easily follow the washing instructions included in the kit here just to make sure that you're getting it cleaned up properly. Now, as you can see for the front seats, you can see upwards of the back is the RC and Rough Country logo printed into the materials there. I actually kind of like it. It's pretty subtle. It's not really like big and colorful or anything, but it, blends in nicely. The rear seats don't have any logos on them at all. Now, the nice thing about this, especially for the rear, is that it retains all seat functionality. So as you know, your rear seats, the bottom cushions can go up so you can add more cargo, and the tops can come down as well so you can head to the back. All of that is easily accessible. It doesn't impede on that whatsoever. Your front seats, of course, leave the bottom open for the front. So if you have the manual seats, automatic seats also have easy accessibility on the sides. And then finally, they accommodate for airbags. Some seat covers out there don't accommodate for airbags, which can be a safety issue. These guys here have the cutouts on the sides for the passenger and driver's side airbags on the side profile of it. So that's also useful and worth noting. Finally, guys, the price for the kit here, being front and rear, comes in right around $200. And in that price tag, you get, of course, the front and rear along with all of the headrests. Now, this is black. There are other options out there to match different colored interiors. Blends in really nicely with our 17 F150 I'm in today, but if you have a different interior color, you can pick up some of the other matching ones as well, or you can pick up the black if you like these a little bit more. Now, the install, 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. What you will notice is the instructions that you get in the kit have the front seats completely removed from the truck. Not necessary. That is simply just to make the photos easier for you guys to follow along on the instructions. You can completely do this with your seats in the truck. It's a little tight underneath, but it is doable. I'll say about 30 minutes from start to finish. You're really just feeding snaps underneath, heading underneath to clip them together, and that's really the brunt of the install. The rears are just putting the seats up and down a bunch of times to get it to fit, and otherwise Velcro will hold in the rears as well. Now I'm going to show you guys the entire process start to finish. It'll take, again, 30 minutes. No tools required. You can do it just your bare hands and a little bit of time in the driveway at home. What do you say we get started? First step here, guys, I'm actually in our passenger seat to show you guys how to install your driver's seat cover. Now, basically, driver's side and passenger side front seats are going to be the same. The driver's side does have one little section cut out for the airbag. It's the only thing that makes it different. Install is the same, though. First thing you want to do is start off by taking off your headrest. Now, of course, you're just going to hit the 2 buttons on the sides, lift straight up. to disconnect it. Now this has a seat cover that we'll put around this, but we're gonna toss it on the floor for now to focus on the main portion of the seat. All right, next step, we're gonna take our seat cover. Now for the driver's side, like I said, it has that extra flap here for the side airbag. Now you wanna make sure you're folding it up so the bottom portion of the seat is up against the back, and you're gonna wrap the back around the back of your factory seat. All right, just wanna make sure it's unfolded and nothing's caught up underneath of it. Bring it all the way down. You'll notice the two holes at the top match up with the holes in your headrest mount. All right, at this point, you wanna take a look at this metal bar inside of the fabric there, along with the 3 snaps. Now, these are the female ends of the snaps. These guys are actually gonna tuck into the crack between the back and the bottom of the seat here. You're gonna tuck that in so that when this folds down, it snaps back underneath of the seat. All right, so tuck the snaps in first. And try to get them down in as far as you can, just to make it easier for you to grab. All right, and then you're gonna follow that up with this bar. That bar is gonna help keep the seat from coming off. All right, once you have that bar tucked in, take those straps, make sure they're not underneath, and fold this guy down. Now those will go over the front of the seat, and you want to tuck in the sides as well. Now that metal bar that I mentioned is tucked in here. That's going to prevent this crack from lifting up. All right, so at this point, wrap the bottom seat around the bottom cushion. There you go. Now these straps at the bottom of the front will wrap around and hook into the ones that we tucked into the seat at the back. All right, so now we're at the back of the seat, and before we snap those 2 in that we talked about at the front, there are 3 snaps back here. Now under your seat is sort of like a fence material, where in the sense that you can grab onto it. You can take these hooks, reach them underneath, and I'll hook them onto the bottom of the seat bracket, just like that. So now this is pretty tight. Do that for all 3 of them. Perfect. All right, so now this is tight and the back of the seat won't lift up, and the pocket is really easily accessible so that this won't fold up and sort of make that hard to use. Just a quick tip here, guys. It's really difficult to find the straps that you tuck into the seat from the bottom. There's a lot going on underneath of the seat. So without having to take the seat completely out of the truck, what I recommend doing is starting one by one here. So this is one that we tucked under. Tuck that under and keep your hand in there. Take your other hand from the outside of your driver's seat and go kind of where the seatbelt connects to the floor. You want to go in this way, and you'll be able to like touch your fingers together underneath. You kind of feel your way through, and using that, you can come down and grab the strap. Now it's not long enough to pull out of the vehicle, but you can see a little piece of it right here coming through. So that gives you an idea of where that strap is right here. Do the same thing for the other ones. So like I can feel my way around, and again, I can't pull it all the way through, but I have my hand on it. There's 3 of them, so you should be able to find all 3 underneath of the truck at this point. So what we're gonna do is now connect the straps from the front. And this is a little bit easier because these guys are adjustable. So like this is gonna snap into that. So just make it long enough that it's gonna make your life easier, and run that guy straight under. Now there's 3 of those, so I'm gonna loosen up all 3. All right, so now I'm gonna feed this to the back, head over to the back seat and connect them. All right, so here we're at the back of the seat again. You can see these 3 straps came all the way through. What I'm gonna do is reach my hand in there and pull the front straps back. So I have this one here toward the outermost section of the vehicle. Snap that together. All right, so I'm gonna tighten this guy up. Do the same thing for the middle and then the third one. All right, tighten up all those straps. Now, there are little eyelets on that, so if you wanted to hook these guys onto each one of those straps, you can see the eyelet here, you can do that. I just find it easier to hook it onto the bottom of the seat bracket just to make it a little bit tighter. All right, so we have one more strap here on the side, so I'm gonna tuck that guy in underneath and hook it on. There you go. All right, we have the same thing we did here on this side there, so you wanna go underneath and hook that onto something as well. All right, so now we can install the headrest cover. Now I'm actually gonna put our headrest back on, which I think is gonna make life a little bit easier just to get it on there. So let's pop our headrest back through these holes. All right, I'm not gonna close it up all the way just yet. Take the headrest cover and pop it on. All right, make sure that that guy's straight. I'm gonna fold back the Velcro and secure it. Boom. All right, everything you just did to the driver's side seat, you're doing the exact same thing for the passenger side. All right, first up here, we're gonna start on our rear and remove our 3 headrests. I'll start here in the middle, of course, and this is easy. Just pop that off, hit both of these buttons, and I'm gonna sit it down here on the floor. Now, your driver and middle are one section, and then your passenger is completely separate. We're gonna focus on the dual seats here for the driver and middle section of the rear. All right, now in order to focus on this top portion, we have to bring this guy down. Now in order to do that, you're gonna lift up the bottom section of your seats, and you can see the top comes forward a bit. You're gonna reach your hand down here to the striker pin, and you're gonna pull up on the release bar. Now the release bar is just a really small bar back here. Now the release bar is a pretty small little clip. You'll see that release. Pull the release on the front and it comes down. So this is the bar here, the striker bar's on the back. It's this pin here on this side. All right, and that releases it. So now that this is down, we can start focusing on putting the seat back on. Now we're probably gonna have to pull the seat belt up a little bit and slide it over the back. All right, so I'm gonna pull the seat belt out a little bit, lift this guy up, and I'm gonna fold this all right, and this portion is just gonna go right around that back. Or you can see the square cutout there is for that pin release. Right. Again, it's got cutouts on the top for the headrests. So make sure those are lined up too. All right. Now this guy is gonna tuck underneath and wrap around to the back. All right, so once that's pulled through, this entire section can be Velcroed to. So you're just gonna make sure it's up, take this, and fold it back to connect. I just try to get it as tight as possible there. All right, and there you go. So you can see the cutout lined up. You can put this guy up there and snap it back. All right, now for the bottom guy, you get to lay these straight on. Make sure the sides hook around. You'll also see these snaps here. Those are gonna get tucked down the same way that our rears did as well, which I actually think may be easier if we release the top again. So I'm just gonna head up here and pull that up. So now what we can do is just tuck those guys back in there. All right, and you can see here that I'm just pulling that strap back through. Now we can lift up that assembly. All right, so those straps come down through the bottom, just make sure they're all accessible. And we're gonna hook them up. All right, with those bottom guys attached, these two will go right across the top from side to side, and then across the bottom. All right, let's bring that guy down, and there you have it. Now we can do the same thing on the single seat. All right, the rear headrest will wrap up the whole thing, and that's gonna be really the easiest part. Put your headrest back into position through the holes. And then there really isn't any Velcro, you're just gonna pop this guy right on over. All right, do the same thing for the other two. All right, once that's taken care of, you're good to go. That's gonna wrap up my review and install for the Rough Country Neoprene black seat covers for the front and rear of the Super Cab or Super Crew F-150s 15 and newer. Get yours right here at AmericanTrucks.com.